Namaste everyone, I am Dr. Ramesh Kasarla. In this video presentation, we will explore the female reproductive system and its various functions in detail. Before we begin, I highly recommend to reviewing our previous video where we extensively discussed the components and functions of the male reproductive system including the sperm production, spermatogenesis. This will help you better grasp the upcoming content. Female reproductive system is a sophisticated network of the organs and structures built to support the reproduction and childbirth. From the making of the egg to the nurturing, the growing the baby, each part play a vital role in the complex process of the human reproduction. Knowing the anatomy and functions of these parts important for the reproductive health and overall wellness. This overview we will delve into the main components of the female reproductive system and their role in the incredible journey of the bringing the new life to the world. Here the first part of the female reproductive system, ovary. Ovary is the vital organs in the female reproductive systems. It is existing as a paired structure and either side of the uterus, left side one and right side one. It serves as several essential functions. Now we can see the functions of the ovary. First function is egg production. Ovaries are responsible for producing the eggs, also called as the ova. Throughout this process is called as ovulation. Each month, typically during the menstrual cycle, one ovary releases the mature egg into the fallopian tube, where it may become fertilized by the sperm. Ovaries also involved in the follicle development. Ovaries contain the thousands of follicles. Each follicle is containing the immature egg. During each menstrual cycle, few follicles begin to the mature under the influence of the hormones, with one ultimately becoming the dominant and releasing the mature egg during the ovulation. And other function is hormonal production. Ovaries are secretes the hormones including the estrogen, progesterone and small amounts of the testosterone. These hormones play a crucial role in the regulating the menstrual cycle, supporting the pregnancy, maintaining the bone density and also influencing the secondary sexual characteristics. Ovaries are play an important role in the endocrine functions. Ovaries also serve as the endocrine glands, producing the hormones that influences the other organs and systems in the body. For example, estrogen, progesterone produced by the ovaries have the widespread effect on the tissues such as a breast, uterus and brain. It is also involved in the reproductive health. Ovaries are the integral to the reproductive health, playing a central role in fertility, menstrual cycle regulations and menopause. And second important part on the female reproductive system, fallopian tube. Fallopian tubes lined with the cilia and propel the egg towards to the uterus. They also provide the suitable environment for the fertilization to take place. Once fertilization is occur, the resulting embryo travels down into the fallopian tubes, reach the uterus where it is implants into the uterine lining for the pregnancy to proceed. Next part is uterine fundus. Uterine fundus is the round dome-shaped upper portion of the uterus. It is positioned above the entrance of the fallopian tubes. It is one of the primary anatomical landmarks of the uterus. During the pregnancy, uterine fundus expands and rises as a fetus grows. Eventually, it's reached the level of the menstrual belly bottom or even higher in later stages of the gestation. And next one is the uterus. The uterus is a pear-shaped organ located in the pelvic cavity between the bladder and rectum. It consists of three layers. Innermost layer is the endometrium and middle layer it is the myometrium and outer layer it is the perimetrium. Endometrium it is the inner lining of the uterus and its thickness and composition changes throughout the menstrual cycle in response to the hormonal functions. It plays a crucial role in the pregnancy by providing a nutrient environment for the fertilized egg to implant and develop into the fetus. If pregnancy does not occur, that endometrium sheds during the menstruation. This process also known as the menstrual cycle. Myometrium is the thick muscular middle layer of the uterus. It is primarily composed of the smooth muscle tissue that contracts during the childbirth to help the expel the baby from the uterus, and additionally myometrium contract during the menstruation to expel the menstrual blood from the uterus. Its rhythmic contractions are essential for the both childbirth and menstruation. Another layer is perimetrium. Perimetrium serves as the outermost layer of the uterus, comprising a thin sheet of the connective tissue. Its primary functions is to offer the structural support to the uterus, adding its positioning within the pelvis. Although perimetrium it is less directly engaged in the active process of the menstruation and childbirth compared to the inner layers of the endometrium and myometrium. Another important part in the female reproductive system, cervical canal. Cervical canal is a passageway that connects the uterine cavity to the vagina. It traverses through the cervix, the lower part of the uterus. Cervical canal allows the menstrual blood flow out of the uterus during the menstruation, and also it serves as a pathway for the sperms enter the uterus during the sexual intercourse. It is also produces the mucus that changes the consistency throughout the menstrual cycle and also affecting on the sperm transport and fertility. Next part is cervix. The cervix is the lower part of the uterus that protrudes into the vagina. Cervix contains a canal that allows the menstrual blood flow out the uterus during the menstruation. Cervix also produces the mucus, help to facilitate the passage of the sperms into the uterus during the ovulation. Final part of the female reproductive system is vagina. Vagina is the muscular tube connecting the uterus to the external genitalia. It serves as a birth canal during the childbirth, allowing the passage of the baby from the uterus to outside the world. Additionally, the vagina is a site for the sexual intercourse and the entry point for the penis and ejaculated sperms. The vaginal lining contains the natural lubrication. It facilitates the intercourse and maintains the vaginal health. It is also play a role in menstruation, allowing the menstrual blood exit from the body during the periods. These are the important structural parts and functions of the female reproductive systems. Let's have a short look. Ovary, it is responsible for the egg production and hormonal secretion. And fallopian tubes, it is involved in the egg transport and it serves as a site for the fertilization. Uterine fundus, it is the upper portion of the uterus. And uterus, it is the organ where fetus developing during the pregnancy. This uterus is having the three layers. Endometrium, it is the inner lining of the uterus that thickness and shades during the menstrual cycle. Next one is the myometrium. It is the muscular layer of the uterus. It is essential for the contractions during the labor. Third one is the perimetrium. It is the outer layer of the uterus providing the cervical support. And cervical canal, it is passage connecting the uterus to the vagina. Cervix, it is produces the mucus and serves as a passage for the menstrual blood and sperm. And final one is the vagina. It is useful for the birth canal and organ involved in the sexual intercourse. So this is the female reproductive systems. In our next video, we will explore the intricate process of the oogogenesis, converting the both mitosis, meiosis stages. For the deeper understanding, visit my channel Dr. Ramesh Kasarla. Don't hesitate to share your suggestions in the comment section below. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Be healthy.